Hey everybody. So Elite Dangerous is changing, as all games do, and this time not for the better. This, in my opinion, goes right along lines with their failed Odyssey expansion. The reason I say it's failed is because Odyssey didn't bring enough to the players that actually paid for it. Odyssey seems to have brought plenty of things to players that never paid for it, such as the Thargoid War and things like that. Odyssey, the money brought in from the expansion, directly made it possible for them to do these cool things in game that they've done for a lot of things, but without adding actually any content specifically for Odyssey customers. This new thing that they're doing sort of makes that a little bit better, but not really, in my opinion, because what they're going to start doing is they're going to start making it so that you can spend your real money to buy ships. Now, if you didn't buy Odyssey, the only way to attain these ships is through real money. And if you did get Odyssey, you can buy the ship for in-game credits, but that's not going to be until August 7th. So the new ship, the Python Mark II, is going to be in the game May 7th for 16,250 arcs. And that's going to be about 13 bucks. And my problem with this is, again, I bought cosmetics for my ships. The Kenny Rogers Roaster has, I think, the Pharaoh paint on it, which is pretty awesome. So I have no issue with them wanting to make a little bit of extra money. Everybody's got to do what they've got to do. But this just seems really fucked up. This is another thing that they did that is not good for their customers because we're the customers. We've been wanting new ships for years. Odyssey didn't give us fuck all. Oh, we got a new SRV that I'm pretty sure everybody can buy, so that doesn't fucking count. There should be ships coming out. There should be at least two ships a year. One new ship every 6 months. And if they want to do something where you can pay premium for something, that's okay. But to make it to where a game that everybody could have access to or should have access to is now behind a paywall. And they're also putting these fucking pre-engineered ships, which is a whole nother thing. Instead of fixing the engineer grind like they should, they're just gonna let you pay for it. You don't want to take that painstaking thing to engineer your ship because it's a fucking pain in the ass. Don't worry about it. Just give us money, and you don't have to do it. They're straight up killing their own game, and it sucks because, like I said, I understand they need to make some money, but they're taking a game that the whole heart and soul I really do think is the community. I know that sounds fucking cheesy, but the player base in Elite Dangerous is dedicated as fuck. Keep playing this game, even though we go out in space, especially the exploration crew. We go out there knowing that there ain't fucking anything out there other than maybe some different colored rocks. But we still play this game. So selling us this shit is not what you needed to do. What you need to do what you needed to do, Elite, was you needed to actually add in base building, like you said. You need to add in new ships. If you want to do another expansion where you add in a shit ton of alien races, I'll pay another 40 bucks for that. Where now I can go out and find fucking aliens. I can find things out in the black. You want to if I got to pay some extra money to put in game features that I can then access, fine. But making me pay money for a fucking cosmetic on a ship, and that's another thing. These fucking ships. It's a Python Mark II. So it's a fucking Python, just a little different. Just like the crates. There's not much fucking difference between the two. So they didn't really do much in the game. They didn't make a new ship. They modified a current ship. So with that logic, they should be putting out new ships every fucking week. But in all seriousness, they need to give us all some real new content. And they need to give Odyssey players some actual content outside of their ship, outside of their SRV. And this pay to win bullshit is not going to do it. I'm going to end this video right here. And this is what I'm going to say. There are currently two space games that are coming out. One is currently in Kickstarter. One is not. One of the Kickstarter just ended. Starship Simulator. I can't stress enough that game looks amazing. It looks like it's everything that I ever wanted out of Elite Dangerous. A procedurally generated one-to-one scale replica of the Milky Way galaxy, aliens that I can go out and find, ruins I can go out and find. And the best thing is, I actually upgraded my Kickstarter to the $100 package. I'm going to do a whole video on these two games. I'm going to talk about the other one next. But I did $100 on my Kickstarter package, so I can now make my own race of aliens in this game, which I think is going to be super awesome. I haven't quite fleshed out all the details for him yet, but it's kind of nice to see a game that is starting to develop with exactly what I want, and I get to be a part of it. The other one is it's Alliance of the Free Stars. Like I said, I'm going to do a video on it. It's a sequel to Star Control 2. If you've ever played Star Control 2 or the Urquan Masters, it is the literal best video game. It is the best open world video game I've ever played. I can't say it's the best video game I've ever played because that goes Final Fantasy IV. But I digress. I'm just so glad that those 2 other space games are coming out, because it seems like in the era of more and more pay to win mechanics from a game that, it does see dwindling numbers, I would not try to milk us for every dime we have when the game is slowly diminishing. So you're putting nails in the coffin. And I'm really happy to see that there's a few more space games that are coming out that I think are going to be really good for us. So I'm going to leave it there.